Well, I want to thank Patrick Kennedy, but mostly I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. For your presence and for your enthusiasm, and for making a joke out of the claim that this is a small splinter organization. Some small splinter. Concerned people are coming together in this city, as we have before, here and elsewhere, to consider the fate of the residents of اشرف and Camp Liberty. At the very time that 2,000 residents were moving from Camp اشرف to the very difficult conditions in Camp Liberty near Baghdad, where they can be interviewed by U.S. representatives and their refugee status determined. At that very time, a court in Washington, D.C. handed down a decision that we think was highly favorable to MEK. In that decision, the court told the State Department of the United States that it must make a decision by October 1, as to whether it will remove MEK from the list of foreign terrorist organizations, a list it never should have been on in the first place. A designation that the European Union and the UK have long since removed. Now, I don't usually speculate on the meaning of court decisions beyond their precise terms, but I will tell you in the privacy of this small room that this decision has the potential to achieve an excellent effect, which is to give the State Department a face-saving way to remove the designation that never should have been there. I will tell you also, in the privacy of this little room, that I believe the willingness of many people here, and many who are not here, to put their good names on the line and to support delisting had a meaningful effect in that court decision. I don't believe that the court would have felt comfortable telling the State Department that unless it makes up its mind to the contrary by October 1, based on some evidence that it hasn't thus far disclosed, MEK will be delisted. The court would not have felt comfortable reaching that conclusion unless it had felt that no harm could come from the decision. And the people who put their names on the line and filed a friend of the court brief in support of delisting, former governors and military people and cabinet officers and law professors and others, helped give them that comfort level and confidence. I see no reason to wait until October 1, and if اشرف is closed, we intend to make that clear to the State Department. I'm also here to tell you that those people, we, who stood up for you in the past and stood up for the residents in the past, will not relent. We will not relent until what should happen does happen. Even in the setting of U.S.-Iran relations, this is the right moment. Some have speculated in the past that one reason the United States was delaying taking MEK off the list was fear that it would damage the possibility of reaching an accommodation with Iran over its nuclear program. Well, as you've heard and as you all know, even that ridiculous charade of talks with Iran has now collapsed. Those of you who have heard me speak at prior meetings, and those of you who know me, and I feel I've been lucky to come to know many of you. You know that I have not hesitated to speak out against not only the Iranians and the current government in Iraq, who are doing their best to sabotage and undercut the successful removal of the residents of اشرف from Iraq, but also the United Nations and my own government, the United States, for conduct that I thought was wrong. And I will not hesitate to do so in the future, although I pray, as you do, that there will be no further need for me to do so. But for now, I want to do everything I can, and I want you to do everything you can to support the positive efforts that have been promised and to help bring at least the current chapter to a successful conclusion. It is rare that people have an opportunity to hold their fate and the fate of others in their hands as we do now. And we must be careful not to open our fingers and let this chance slip away, because if we do, we cannot expect to look down and find it there again. I thank you for your courage and your dedication, and the courage and dedication of Mrs. Rajavi and the entire leadership of MEK, and for being an example to all of us and to all the world never to give up the struggle for freedom. Thank you very much.